Hey boys and girls, are you guys ready for our story today? I am so excited. We've been talking about fairy tales for such a long time, and this is just a perfect way to close our study of fairy tales and turn it into our exploration of fairy tales. So with every story, I know we always go through this, I just want to do it again. So our story, we're going to have different cues. Everyone say, ooh, ah. Awesome. So this week we have 4 different cues we're going to look for. What you need to look for on all of the cues is the color of the cue and the symbol. If you can't recognize the color, you should recognize the symbol. The words are from this story. So on our blue question mark cues, we are going to be answering questions about the book, okay? So anytime you see a blue cue or you see this big old question mark, you need to be thinking about how it is a question to the book, okay? Our yellow cues are our act on it cues, kind of like action, ACTION, a little bit, sort of, not really. But when we're doing this, we are going to think about how we can put this into action during our exploration phase, okay? So yellow or a star means action. When we are looking at our pink or reddish cards, we know this stuff. Everyone say, we know this stuff. We go, oh, we know it. We turn it into a big old thumbs up. So this will be stuff relating to the content we've been learning, okay? And whenever you see a green, whenever you see a green card, this is a question about you. So I included a cute little smiley face. So if you see a green or a smiley face, you know that this doesn't really relate to school at all. It relates to how awesome you are, okay? Are y'all ready to get started? Awesome. Our book today is Interrupting Chicken by David Ezra Stein. This book is called Interrupting Chicken. Right, Papa? Yes. Now please don't interrupt the story. So we are going to be exploring the life of the little red chicken and her bedtime routine. So this was written by David Ezra Stein. Let's open to the first page. Oh, what do we see? A blue cue with a big old question mark. So this cue says, what can we learn from the setting? Does it look like a fairy tale? So take a look at this picture and tell me if you think this is what a fairy tale setting looks like. I don't know. It might be a fairy tale. It doesn't really look like one though. It kind of looks like a home because you have a kitchen over here with some messy toys and some dishes out. I see a ball and a staircase. So it could be a fairy tale, but I don't think it is. It was bedtime for the little red chicken. So he's getting ready for bed. Gonna start his nighttime routine. Okay, my little chicken, said Papa. Are you ready to go to sleep? Yes, Papa. But you forgot something. What is that? Asked Papa. A bedtime story. Uh-oh, what do we see? A green cue with a smiley face. All right, this cue says, what kind of bedtime stories do you hear? So, when you are asleep at night, when you're trying to fall asleep, what stories do you hear, do you think? Maybe some about some dogs, but this Papa Chicken is putting his little chicken to bed. All right, said Papa, I'll read one of your favorites. And of course, you're not going to interrupt the story tonight, are you? Oh no, Papa, I'll be good. I'll be good. So let's take a look at our picture, get some inferences, and as we go across, what do we see? 2 cues. Oh my goodness. So this first cue is a thumbs up saying, we know this stuff. Question. This relates to one of the vocab words on this page. It is the word interrupt. Can you raise your hand and tell me what interrupt means? Yeah, it means to stop the flow of something. So if you are going to interrupt this story, that would not be very kind. It can sometimes be seen as rude. And then our next blue clue question mark cue is, do you think from the title of this book that the little red chicken will not interrupt? Or do you think he will interrupt? So let's use our inferencing and raise your hand if you think the chicken will interrupt, and keep your hands on your lap if you think the chicken won't interrupt. Good. I see lots of hands up. Great job, guys. Okay. Our first, ooh, look at this. What do we think this is? This is a storybook. So, this is the story of Hansel and Gretel. Hansel and Gretel were very hungry. Deep in the woods, they found a house made of candy. Nibble, nibble, nibble. They began to eat the house until the old woman who lived there came out and said, "What lovely children! Why don't you come inside?" They were just about to follow her when... Okay, we see our red cue with a thumbs up saying, "We know this stuff. We've heard this story in our fairy tale lessons." So, is this a fairy tale? It is a fairy tale. Great job. So, we can see an onomatopoeia right here and nibble, nibble, nibble. Everyone say nibble, 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 nibble. All right, they were just about to follow the old witch when... out jumped a little red chicken and she said, "Don't go in, she is a witch." So Hansel and Gretel didn't. Do you see what the little red chicken did? She went into the page. How crazy is that? Chicken. "Yes, Papa." "You interrupted the story. Try not to get so involved." "I'm sorry, Papa, but she really was a witch." "Well, you're supposed to be relaxing so you can fall asleep. Let's try another story. I'll be good." So let's look at our picture. Ooh, there's a green cue. Let's see what this green cue says. "Is it hard for you to relax after having an awesome day?" Raise your hand if you think it's hard for you to relax after having an awesome day, when you just want to stay so excited because so many good things happen and you just have to keep going and going and going, and it's hard to kind of sit still. I think that's how the little red chicken went. Next page. Okay, Little Red Riding Hood. This is Little Red Chicken's second story, and I see a yellow action card with a big bright star. So, for our action step, you, in 3 sentences, how many sentences? 3. You are going to tell a story to a you're going to tell the story of Little Red Riding Hood to a partner, okay? 3 sentences. I'm going to give you some time to do that, and then we're going to see what happens in the rest of our story. So, put your thinking caps on, turn to a partner, and share. Awesome job, guys. Okay, now that our action's done, let's finish reading. "Take this basket of goodies to Grandma," said Little Red Riding Hood's mother. "But don't stray from the path. The woods are full of danger." Little Red Riding Hood skipped along through the deep woods, and by she met a wolf who wished her good morning. She was about to answer him when... What do y'all think is going to happen? Out jumped a little red chicken and she said, "Don't talk to strangers." So Little Red Riding Hood didn't. The end. The little red chicken just cannot keep her feelings to herself. She keeps on interrupting the story. Chicken? "Yes, Papa. You did it again. You interrupted 2 stories and you're not even sleepy." "I know, Papa. I'm sorry. But he was a mean old wolf." "Yes. Now get back into bed." Okay, Papa. Let's try one more little story and I'll be good." Let's look at this picture. So there's Little Red Chicken back in his bed, and Papa's exasperated, big word, but, a blue cue. It's got a big old question mark. So let's see what this says. Can she not interrupt this next story? So do you think the Little Red Chicken is going to be able to sit through this whole story? I don't think so either. Chicken Little was hit on the head by an acorn. "The sky is falling," she thought. She was about to run off and warn Goosey, Lucy, Ducky, Lucky, Henny, Penny, and everyone on the farm. The sky was falling when? It's never good when there's a when. So take a look at these pictures. Out jumped a little red chicken and she said, "Don't panic, it was just an acorn." So Chicken Little didn't. The end. Guys, we were right. She kept on interrupting the story. Chicken? Yes, Papa. You did it again. Oh, Papa, I couldn't let that little chicken get all upset over an acorn. Please read one more story and I promise I'll fall asleep. But Chicken, said Papa, we are out of stories. Oh no, Papa. I can't go to sleep without a story. Look at how sad the little red chicken looks. She needs a story to go to sleep. Then, said Papa, yawning, why don't you tell me a story? Me tell a story, said the little red chicken. Okay, Papa. Here we go. So the little red chicken is thinking of a really good way to tell the story. Bedtime for Papa by Chicken. Once there was a little red chicken who put her Papa to bed. She read him 100 stories. She even gave him warm milk. But nothing worked. He stayed awake all... So here's Little Red Chicken's storybook. We have a star that we're going to get back to in a minute. Papa? Good night, Papa. The end. Great job, everyone. So through this book, we learned a couple of things. Number one, fairy tales are so fun. Lots of people know lots of different fairy tales, but a lot of them have sort of the same theme. The story at the end that the little red chicken was trying to write, was that a really good fairy tale? No! All it talked about was real events happening, and in fairy tales, we like to make imaginary things happen. So, one thing we're going to do with our golden star cue is you all are going to write your own fairy tale. Now, for your fairy tale, you need a couple of things. I need you to have a really cool setting, a place that's so magical and so cool that's just awesome. Number two, I need you to think of things that could become like people. This could be animals, this could be toys, this could be nature. Think of anything that could become a person, because that's a really good sign that a fairy tale is coming on. It also needs to be super, super distant. Everyone say super distant, super distant. It needs to be something that probably wouldn't happen to you. What are some fairy tales we can think of? Yes, we can think of Snow White and Cinderella and Little Red Riding Hood. Would you be walking in the woods by yourself? No! If you ever are, please call Miss Story. She would love to come walk with you and ask you a few questions. So, you are going to write a bedtime fairy tale for your own parents. Make it something they would really enjoy and something Miss Story would love to read. Bye, you guys. It was so good to see you.